Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, the tale of Rick and Roses. I am Rick, and I'm joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
And as always, we would always appreciate it if you would consider liking this video. We would really appreciate it if you subscribed. That would be awesome. It really helps out our channel a lot. Engagement's also great. So wherever you find us, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, drop a comment below. If you're... What?
The YouTubes.
The YouTubes. If you are listening to this on the podcasts, you can email us, but you won't, because I know you won't. I checked that email. That's romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. And you could also find us on the Book Talk and the Bookstagram doing the things. Yeah?
That's it.
Speaking of doing the things, we're going to BookCon.
We got tickets to BookCon.
We sure did.
And I am a little bit annoyed, as I have shared previously, that your book talk about getting tickets to BookCon has more views than any video with Amanda or me.
Oh, does it really? I didn't even check that one. I've been so busy. Good job, me.
That's so upsetting. I didn't know that. I'm upset now.
Oh, I'm
right?
not.
Guys, we're here too.
We're also, it's a tale of Rick and Roses.
Yeah, you're my
Right.
accessories.
Hello?
Yeah, right.
You're like my bag and my hair clip.
Yeah, your hair clip.
We're so pretty. Here we are, just a pretty face.
Well, let us know if you're listening, if you're coming to BookCon, let us know so we can meet you.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna buy all the
I
things.
say that like I'm probably not going to be there.
You
guys.
don't know that yet. And Kingdom of Threads is gonna be there. And I told
Yeah, our
them,
besties.
yeah, they're gonna just get my credit card. I'm just gonna throw it at them.
We've read so many more of. Well, I've read so many more of the books since then.
Yeah, what have I?
I mean, no, maybe.
I don't
You
know.
finished Crescent City,
I did finish
since
Crescent
then.
City.
and
I
we've
really
read Brimstone.
want Bugsy Book Club to be there.
I love their stuff.
Yeah, I think they're great. And also, she posted a reel a couple days ago that was like the books that she DNF'd this year. And it included things like Assistant to the Villain and Alchemized and From Flesh and Fire. Shocker. But obviously, like, the comments were insane. Like, people just like went off. But I was also like, do you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
be honest
I
about what
read
you like
books
and what
I
you
wanna
don't
read.
like.
I think Alchemize is the most divisive one. Like you're either DNF or you're gonna love it. I think
And it's so interesting because it doesn't sound like that's dictated by whether or not you read or enjoyed Manacled.
yeah, no, I think it just
Like,
has to deal with
some-
like the content.
Yeah, like some people read Manacled and hated Alchemized. Some people read Manacled and loved Alchemized. Some people have never read, like it doesn't seem to have like an impact on how you feel about Alchemized. It's its own thing.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
Speaking of alchemized and alchemists, our favorite alchemist, Saeris Fane. She's an alchemist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
She
Saeris
is.
Fane is our favorite alchemist, and she's alchemizing her way through these chapters, which were chapters 26 through something.
39.
That's the one.
I have to
That's
tell
the
you
one.
guys, first time
You're gonna
in a long
you're gonna say that again. You are.
time, I have no notes on these chapters. Hello?
You are.
Great.
You're working
Welcome
on it.
back.
You're
Am I
getting
back?
it. You're back.
Oh my God. I have no notes.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. I took no notes. I just wanted to read, man.
Yeah, no, that's
I didn't
real.
want to write. I also want to apologize in advance that I'm going to keep looking this way. The MLS Cup is on, and as anyone who knows me knows, I'm like the world's biggest Vancouver fan. I've always loved Vancouver. I love the whole nation of Canada and their soccer teams,
And their national anthem.
specifically
Canada.
Vancouver Whitecaps, who are my MLS team and not these guys.
What about the Canucks?
That's hockey.
Yeah.
But I'm a soccer fan, and I'm specifically a Vancouver Whitecaps fan.
Got it. I'm a New
Always
York
in
fan, and it's unfortunate
I
that
don't root for anyone from Florida except the Gators.
I'm a New York fan, so it's unfortunate that we haven't won a major sports title since like 2011 when the Giants won. We'll get there, though.
First of all, it was 2012. And second of all, the New York City Football Club won the MLS Cup in 2021. I wouldn't know because I'm a Vancouver Whitecaps fan.
The Giants are the NYC Football Club. They haven't won since 2012.
We're in the midst of a New York, New Jersey, Gotham FC dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Dynasty. They won 2 years ago. They won this year. And in between, the New York Liberty won.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm talking about real sports.
Like, can we fucking talk about women's sports?
You know?
Yes.
I'm talking about real sports here. So.
Rick trolling. This podcast is brought to you by
Real Sports for Real Men.
I like that soccer is not a real sport.
Oh my God, that's a
like
great
even men's soccer is not a real sport. Like, come on.
This is Real Sports for Real Men. Like, can you imagine a dumbest commercial like that?
It's a movie in your mind.
Right. All right. What are we reading? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
On our Romantasy podcast, we love this.
Right.
I have 2 things to share. First, for the soccer/football fans out there, the Leeds-Liverpool game was just happening. I don't know if Amanda, you or Tristan care. And it ended.
Know those teams, but I don't care about either of them.
Okay, well, it ended in a draw, which apparently was a big deal because the Leeds just made it up into Premier this year.
That's true.
Liverpool was the champion and also has 2 new players that they have spent like hundreds of millions of dollars on, and they didn't win. So that was kind of a big fucking deal.
That's crazy.
Second thing. Yeah, thank you, Rick. It was crazy. Second thing, our first Brimstone episode, this is going to be number 3, but our first one is in our top 15 most viewed videos right now on YouTube.
And it's only been out for like 5 days.
5 days.
And I mistakenly posted it.
Which was good because we got on that new hotness.
Thanks, fans. We love you. We actually do. You're pretty great.
So we hope you're still listening.
We hope you've made it to episode 3 of Brimstone.
I'm so sorry about the soccer talk. So
he's not. Can I say one more thing about soccer?
Oh Lord,
guys, I'm going to the World Cup.
And who are you seeing?
No, that one matters.
No,
Rick.
yeah, that actually is cool. That is cool. That is cool.
I spent infinity $1 billion on World Cup pre-sale tickets, not knowing who I was going to see, knowing it was 2 people from Group E, and all I knew was that Group E did not contain the USA, Canada, or Mexico. And I am seeing Germany versus Ecuador.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Which is like, honestly, I mean...
Yeah, no, that is objectively pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked. Germany was in like the top teams I wanted to see, and I was like, I'd love to see like any Central or South American team because like the fans will really show up in New York City. And so I'm really stoked about that. I think it's going to be a really good game. And I know I'm jokingly like I'm a Vancouver fan. I'm not, but I am a Bayern Munich fan. So I'm a Thomas Mueller fan. He plays for Vancouver now.
Hey, we're back. Hey, hello. Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay. The one thing
own goal. Vancouver own goal. Bad.
Ugh. One thing I will add on to that. So our coworker Morgan, shout out Morgan. He's not going to listen to this, but we love him. And he's hosting a cookie swap tonight that many of us may or may not go to. We'll find out. But he made a joke about who Amanda was probably going to see in the game that you had tickets for, and was like, it's going to be like Curacao versus Ghana. And what's funny is that Group E also includes Curacao and the Ivory Coast.
And Ivory Coast.
I think I said Ivory Coast, actually.
Hello?
Hi. Well, you're frozen, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Guys,
it is important that you're going to the World Cup because, like any true American, we all know that the only time soccer is ever important is every 4 years. So, as we continue now, our chapters.
All right, we resume our friends in chapter 26. which is a Saeris perspective chapter called In the End. Saeris sprints into the Blood Court crypt, magic screaming inside her. I see you singing. Magic screaming inside her like a live wire, and realizes the only way to survive the power overload is to throw herself back into the Quicksilver, despite the fact that it nearly drove Fisher insane. The Quicksilver drags her into a void of pure power where she battles terror, drowning sensations, and a cosmic voice that calls her a pretender and a curse, demanding to know what she would sacrifice for peace. It pressures her to give up what she loves most, Fisher, and when she refuses, believing that her strength comes from protecting him rather than sacrificing him, the Quicksilver approves, revealing that fear and love are part of her path. The magic slams into her, coating her in silver tears as it gifts her something ominous before blasting her bodily into a wall and knocking her unconscious.
I think a majority of this episode is going to be you just reading the summaries, because I don't have too many notes either. So for like this chapter, I had. So why did she go into the pool exactly? I was a little curious.
It told her to.
Oh, it told her to. Okay. And then I was like, the Quicksilver wrapped around her ? So I'm like, it's like I know it's sentient, but like now it can like do this type of thing. Like it.
I mean, it like moves, right?
I guess
That's like what Quicksilver
yeah.
is.
I guess I've never seen that much do something like that before. I don't know, or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can take shape, as we know, because it can be like forged into swords and
yeah, that's true.
fusing with human or beings' bodies, etc. And so I think that kind of made sense.
Yeah, well, and like in the last set of chapters, when what's her name?
Good
Eldred.
old what's her name?
No, her
Agrit.
Fisher's mom,
Elena.
When Elena's like speaking through Everlane, like the earring, like
oh yeah,
she touches the earring and it like jumps off her basically. So I don't know, it can move, I guess. I have to tell you, I'm sitting here thinking I maybe didn't read this chapter because that sounds so unfamiliar to me that I don't know if I read it.
I mean, I've done that before.
I was like, did ChatGPT hallucinate this? But you were nodding along. So
yeah, no, I remember that. Like, I had questions about that.
Me too.
So
I didn't remember it being that extensive. Like, I think ChatGPT just sort of like gave us a really dramatic summary of this.
That's the only note I have.
This was a short section.
Yeah, so I think that's all that happened.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Chapter 27, What's Done is Done, is a Fisher chapter. Fisher, Carrion, Hayden, and Elroy examine the massive forge Quicksilver pool, and Elroy reveals he secretly destroyed all ancient documents about Solus and Saeris' power to protect her, because her magic has always been dangerously noticeable. As Fisher realizes the Quicksilver in his body echoes Saeris' presence, Carrion optimistically assumes that they won't need to return to the palace now that Saeris has awakened all the pools. But Fisher quietly knows he still intends to kill Queen Madra. Before he can explain, the pool violently erupts, acting as if Saeris has opened it early, sending them into a panic and confirming something is wrong.
Yeah, what's wrong is she's dropping her mic.
Very wrong. With no time to lose, Fisher steps into the Quicksilver, and Carrion and Hayden refuse to let him go alone, following him toward wherever Saeris is.
Got no notes. All I say is, and we have a new portal. That's it. We have a new portal.
So this was the moment, because I have been sort of theorizing that perhaps this was going to be like the Book of Madra of being the big bad, and the next one was going to be of Bellicon. And then when Fisher was like, oh, JK, I'll come back for Madra at some point, suddenly I was like, okay, Madra's not the big bad in this book anymore. And so is it Bellicon or is it something we don't know? Like, I'm still kind of unclear, but to me, this now tells us it's not having in Silveron. It's not going to be Madra.
Unless we're doing some real Sarah J. Maas shit, I don't think there is a big bad in this book. Because now that we've read, God, I was so close. It's 74% of the book. I was so proud of myself that section 1 was 25, section 2 was 50. It's 74. But now that we've read 74% of the book, like, unless we're going to go spend literally the whole last 25% fighting.
Who's that? Who's there? Who's got a bell?
It's my food. I ordered food. God, I'm a mess today. I'm so sorry.
It's true.
Unless we're going to spend the whole last 25% of the book fighting, there is no big bad. I guess the big bad is like the blight or whatever.
I have a note on that somewhere. I don't want to say it yet. so I don't know where it is, but I'll say it when we get there.
Okay.
Okay, I will say that Rick, I mean, he could be Rick trolling me, so I don't know. But he has alluded to the fact that somebody does die at the end of this book. And so that does feel to me like there is going to be some pretty big fighting that's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I just mean, like,
Who
if
knows?
it were to be Belicon or Madra, like, that would feel really abrupt
Fair.
at this point in the book.
Where
But at
is
this point
that
in the book, in the last book, there was suddenly witches and suddenly...
And the witches are still not super relevant.
Right? Like, what's happening with
Who's
witches,
not relevant?
The witches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're there, kind of.
Where the hell is this note?
What?
I guess I should just, you know what, I'll try to find it. Just keep going.
Chapter 28. I don't know how to say this word. Seneschal?
Yeah, that's how you say it. Seneschal. A seneschal is like a bro. I
Like
think.
a what?
Like a bro. Like someone who's like with you or something like that. He like speaks for you, I think.
A seneschal, which is like a bro.
Yeah.
What was the episode where I was like, which is like a...
Ham.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. That was really funny, whatever it was.
It was like, a chalice is like a cup.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A
Yeah.
seneschal, which is like a bro.
Yeah.
Saeris wakes in the tomb, battered but alive, only to realize the Quicksilver gate is still open and someone is coming through. Instead of Fisher, a sickly, paper-skinned Fey male appears. Orias, seneschal to King Belicon, accompanied...
Nope, you're out. Bro, you're out. Can't hear you. You might have hit the button. Guys, I really hope.
We love this.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing really great today, so thank you to everybody who's sticking with us. We promise it's going to get better. So I am pulling up. Ooh,
Am I here?
Oh, Canada.
Am I here?
Yeah.
You are here.
Our
Okay.
home
I'm not like lighting up though.
native land.
Lord in heaven. Okay.
You want to test to see if it works? You want to pull it away from your face? Pull it away from your face and talk.
Hello.
Now,
this is me
do
talking.
this.
This is me talking.
Good, it's working. All right, good.
Great. All right. Orias, seneschal to King Belicon, accompanied by null blade wielding Winter Palace soldiers. He tries to intimidate her with Belicon's generous offer: surrender Solus, that's her sword, become his court alchemist, return his daughter, and deliver Fisher in chains for public execution. Saeris is like, fuck you. I will not be doing any of those things. And unleashes her newly awakened alchemist might, splitting Solus into twin god swords that are small and not big and unwieldy, and fighting off 5 Nullblade guards in a feral, beautifully choreographed battle. Once Fisher arrives, decapitating someone instantly because romance, the two force Orias to crawl back into the Quicksilver as a warning to Belicon, and then slam the gate shut just as Carrion arrives, carrying Hayden's unconscious body.
This is a great scene, by the way.
This was dope.
I loved this. It was like everything of like her being super badass, being like, look at me with my Quicksilver powers. We're besties now. And so, you know, it's going to listen to me. And then like all of our favorite people popping out of the Quicksilver to be like, I'm here and I'm now helping or like doing the thing.
And I loved that Fisher didn't like, he like decapitated that guy, but then he was like, it seems like you got this.
Right.
And she was like, I got this.
And she was like this.
What's happening?
Can you hear it? Yeah, well.
The sound comes out of the bottom.
No. It's a Kill Bill song.
Oh.
No, not that one. The one was like, dun, 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 dun. When she like they're like walking, and they're like, forget it. Just keep reading.
When are we spending 5 hours watching Kill Bill?
I'm waiting for you, girl. You're the only person in the world that would do that with me.
When is it, though?
It's out, and it's got great reviews.
Okay, can you like? Are they doing it at the Alamo?
Oh, I'll find out.
That's the only movie theater I go to.
That's fine. I will go with you.
Also, hey, dude, like I said, I'm happy to go. I just haven't seen the movies before. So
I actually think that would be a really fun experience for Kim to see the movies that way.
Yeah, no, they're great.
She'll think they're okay.
Great.
And then this podcast will be down to 2.
I also would say I would prefer. Okay, I know we're going on a little bit of a tangent right now.
Us?
I know, shocker. And so we're talking about the fact that Kill Bill 1 and 2 are re-released in theaters, and if you go and see them, Rick is able to get some exciting stuff in Fortnite.
I couldn't wait. I bought it already.
Okay. Then he already has the exciting stuff in Fortnite, but it's out in theaters. I have not seen the movies. I would be happy to do so. I would prefer if it were in like an Alamo or a Nighthawk situation because, correct, food and beverage, me and my earplugs and my eye shades, I do better in a movie when I've had a beverage.
I'm looking it up right now. All right. Anywho, so what I liked about this what I liked was like, Saeris is super strong now. She can control all the metals, not just a Quicksilver. She's Magneto.
Yeah. Oh, she's Magneto.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I thought was really, really cool was the fact that like she's been hinting or like saying that she needs to reforge Solus because like it wasn't forged for her, and so like it's just like she can't wield it, like it's too big and heavy, and like she can't wield it like as properly as like it's not as effective of a weapon for her. And I was like, how's she gonna do that? And the answer is she's gonna fucking split it in 2 with her mind.
Yeah, she is.
2 swords which are named what, like Honor and Mercy or something.
Yeah, in English or whatever.
It's so dope. The only part of this chapter that was confusing to me was when the rune was glowing in the air.
Yes. Yeah. Because runes are a thing now.
There was like the big rune was glowing in front of her, and she was like, and I can see it. And I was like, that feels really unnecessary to me.
And I'd also say, I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she can control all of the metals yet. So she has now like mastered her Quicksilver rune. But like we still have like the Brimstone and the whatever the next one is.
Yeah, I think we don't know what the other ones are, but I also think I don't think they're metals. I think they're other things because Brimstone's not a metal. So I think like
it's like
magma.
Mineral. Right.
Yeah, it's like
liquid
magma.
Hot magma.
Literally. Yeah, so like I think I don't know if she can control all the metals, but she can sense all the metals. And she can distinguish like what they are. Can we talk about the null blades?
Oh, yeah, that's new. That's a new thing.
Yeah, so in this chapter, the like guard soldier guys come out with these blades and they like make her feel bad. And they call them null blades, and she can't like really discern like what their metal is. So it seems like they're designed specifically to fight
alchemists
her? Yeah.
I think it's alchemists.
I think it's anybody with magic because it also like impacts Fisher as well.
Yeah. Right. We learn a little bit more about them in later chapters because like Fisher doesn't like the way they feel, and like Tal doesn't like the way they feel.
Right.
So they're definitely not good.
It's kind of like the feeders also, where it's just like they absorb rather than react to magic.
Yeah.
And so like both those things are probably coming from a similar place.
Right. The Scourge or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the new feeders. The new updated feeders.
Yeah, feeders version 2.0. Chapter 29.
Alamo has the audacity of only showing this movie at 7:30 p.m., which is not a thing I'll be doing.
What about the other Alamos?
7:30. Oh, wait.
Even in Staten Island?
Manhattan is 7:05. The AMC Village, I don't know what that is 11 a.m.
Okay.
Regal Union Square is 2:40, 3:10.
There aren't enough food at those places.
Kips Bay, I like Kips Bay. 34th Street has a 145 at some days.
I feel like we could do this off the air.
All right. Look, if they want to join us, you guys want to join us, right? So we'll see you there.
If you guys want to join us when you hear this podcast in 15 days,
email us after we've seen it, and we'll tell you how it was.
Chapter 29, Fortunes of the Universe. Back in college, Saeris watches over unconscious Hayden, racked with guilt over their last fight, while Helena assures her he's physically fine, just recovering from inter-realm travel, which is like something she had to deal with too. After a bath, a fire sprite meltdown, and some very casual "please stop calling me my lady" conversations, Fisher returns, still dropping sand out of his boots like an hourglass from hell, and the two reunite with tender relief and immediate thirst. Fisher explains that oath-sworn fae like him cannot be compelled by Bellicon unless physically near him, meaning they're safe in Kalish. The conversation dissolves into intense, emotionally charged, soul-bearing intimacy that reaffirms their bond, leading to a sex scene that is both a religious experience and a gymnastics trial. Afterwards, Saeris watches Quicksilver ink markings migrate onto Fisher's skin, a mysterious new god binding he hasn't yet noticed, and decides to let him discover it on his own. What was this tattoo? It was something cool.
An eagle.
Was this the one on his leg?
No, that was in the dream scene. That was the dagger. This was like, I want to say it was scorpions, but I know it wasn't.
There's a scorpion named Josh.
It was not a million fucking scorpions named Josh. Socket, can you shut up? Thank you so much.
That's actually
anyway, they're both covered in tattoos at this point.
Right.
Like ink.
They're fucking goth hard, you know? They went to like every Evanescence concert. They're having fun.
They're
Callie
going for those juicy black tattoos. Is really what all of
Callie read Akatar, and she was like,
"Hold my beer,
Sarah,
bitches.
hold my fairy wine."
Right. So I wrote, Bellicon is absolutely going to command somebody.
Well, and spoilers, we think it might be Renfus.
And I think he's going to make someone kill the other one.
Yeah, I think
they're in my notes. I'm not talking ahead.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
At that point. So
he's an oathbound fae. He can't lie about these
things. I can't
things.
lie. So
about things except whether or not he's read chapters. But he's sworn now not to do that and to just be honest with us.
Yes, I will.
I have a confession to make.
Yes.
This is my confession.
Can they do that for the language festival?
Yes. Hard yes.
I don't think so.
Okay, what's your confession, Usher?
I did Usher, first of all.
You know what I said?
Ursher.
I said Usher.
Ursher,
sorry.
I did continue reading the next chapter because we did stop at such.
You didn't read at all, and now you're reading ahead?
I finished this morning, but I didn't read the next chapter. But I finished when I texted you guys. All right, so there's soup in this scene. The soup is good. What else? Oh, I really enjoyed her interaction with what's his name, Archer, in this chapter. I really love Dobby the house elf. I love Archer. I
really do.
Yeah. Chapter 30.
That's the one.
Leash. Archer wakes Fisher and Saeris in a panic, but it turns out Hayden is fine. The emergency is Everlane, who's in the middle of a violent seizure, thrashing so hard she nearly kills Helena and has to be restrained by half the house. As Lane convulses, she speaks in a horrifying, dread voice about an open gate that cannot be closed, and Saeris senses something dark pressing down on her mind from beyond the veil. When Lane collapses, Fisher is shattered, and the group tries to make sense of it. Maynir, who's Helena's mate, speculates the spreading rot, that's what it's called, it's not a scourge, it's a rot, might be triggering magical seizures, and Fisher decides that they must regroup. So they're going to abandon the border, retrieve the books from Amontraith, call Ishabile for help, and warn the realm. Returning to the Blood Court, Saeris and Carrion encounter high blood resistance, terrifying them into obedience, then go searching for Tal, only to run into Zovina, who spills her full venom, hurls insults, and gets verbally annihilated by Saeris until she's forced to hand-deliver years' worth of intercepted letters. This chapter ends with Tal opening the door completely naked, drenched in blood, and very much mid-orgy, telling them to stop interrupting if they're not joining.
This is great.
Joining.
And our boy wants to join. He's not there yet. He wants to join the next chapter. I'll hold for that.
What happened here that I thought was cool? I lost it when I was talking.
So this is
this was not how I expected this chapter to end.
No.
Yeah, it also I feel like this is the first, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we see somebody in a romantasy that we've read for the podcast. We see somebody naked and like we refer to his genitalia. That's not our male main character.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, are we gonna have sex with Tal now? Because like we're talking about his dick.
Yeah.
But then we didn't.
We didn't.
With the exception of bride and mate, but just because the wares are always naked.
Yeah, the wolves are just being wolves. Just doing wolf stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know why I wrote this down. I said, Lane, the gate is open. Why did I write that down?
That's what she says. Yeah, she says the gate is open and the gate cannot be closed.
Okay, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
So that was my question. Okay.
That's what she said.
So there was this part where they're like you said, we have to go to Amontreath, right? Is that where we're going?
Yes.
And Carrion's like, I guess I'm just going to stay here because you don't ever want me to come. And Fisher's like, no, you're going to come.
That was it. Yeah, that was the thing I wanted to say.
I was like, oh my God, Fisher's asking him to come. There's growth. There's growth.
Yeah, well, and especially because like Saeris was going to say it down like
the bond
through the. I was going to say down the bond because I've been freaking listening to a Court of the Christmas special, but was going to say it like mentally, but she didn't have to because he was like, "Shut up, Carrion."
Yeah, you're coming with us.
I loved it.
So I actually like Zolbena. I do. And here, it's not for the reason you're probably going to think. I'm tying it back to what you said before. I like her because she's evil and I'm missing a big bad. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I like about her, that she's someone to direct my anger towards.
Yeah.
And this is where I wrote the rod is the overarching thing.
Yeah. So the rod is the big bad. And I think also like the rod is the big bad as a bridge to whatever the big bad is in book 3. And the court is the big bad, like as the end of the bridge from Malcolm in book 1. So like it's all connected, I think. But like Zovina is bad because she's like a representative of like the old guard.
Right. I like Malcolm.
You know. Yeah.
And I did wrote.
Also,
go ahead.
I mean, we can talk about this in a few chapters. I felt like by the end of this set of chapters, I felt a little bit differently about Zovina than I did at this exact moment.
Me too. I think so.
When we go to the ball, I felt a little bit differently.
Yeah, I think I feel the same about her all the time. But we'll talk about that later, I guess.
I did write, I really miss a Thanos, like a big thing. Like the rod is not that. I don't know. It's just like the rod.
Well, where's it coming from?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Let's find out in chapter 31.
But this is this. Callie, I'm sorry. This is the sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Like this is why people don't like book 2 of a 3-book series, because it's like you're just kind of like,
meow.
It's a whole book that's like setting up for the climax.
Yeah. But she does write good climaxes. There it is,
well
guys.
Done. Chapter 31, Vapor and Smoke. Guys.
Yep. Say it. Go ahead. Do it.
Fisher takes Onyx back to Saeris' room, sings him a lullaby, and he's like, I'm not singing to the fox, but he's singing to this fox. He uses his small magic to steal some fishy for him to eat. And then Onyx gives him a pine cone.
I loved it. I wrote Fisher does love Onyx. Onyx gave him a gift.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
He's like, Onyx, here is a churu for you. You're the best.
It was so good.
was.
And Bartholomew was like, "This is my favorite thing ever."
It was
Sad about my cat.
It was so precious. I think I was like in bed when I was reading this. Like I was like trying to go to sleep, and I had to like stop and come out into the living room and like snuggle with my dog and like go back to bed to keep reading. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Fisher loves Onyx. I love their little family. Okay. So then he goes into the library and the Shadow Cat forms out of his own magic. The Shadow Cat, whose name is Guru, right?
Yeah.
So Guru leads him through the hidden stacks to a secret sanctuary where Foley has been living among the books and the starlight. Their reunion is aching and quiet. Foley refuses to leave Amantreath, convinced he's too far gone as a vampire, tormented by hunger and shame. Fisher forces him to confront the truth. He hasn't attacked anyone in centuries, and the monster he fears isn't the one he's become. Fisher even bleeds onto the table to prove Foley's restraint, while Guru the Shadow Cat laps it up like a tiny demon prince. Fisher reveals he's carrying a boxed demon, the single scorpion named Josh.
Yep.
Thanks to a loophole-ridden bargain, and asks Foley to keep it safe. Foley truly sits, reclaiming a piece of himself as Fisher tells him, dreams are vapor and smoke until you live them, and Foley is still a wolf and still his brother.
I like that. I also wrote, I don't know why I wrote this. Maybe we just didn't cover the notes, which is fine because it's ChatGPT. I said Foley is technically next in line for the throne. Does that make sense?
So he's descended from the right-hand man of the king. And so like he's descended from the people who are the right-hand man of the people that Carrion is descended from.
So the hand of the king.
Like, yeah, so like he's meant to be like the hand of Carrion.
Okay, got it.
He's Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Ned
So
Stark dies, though.
Him and Carrion are supposed to be like the king and the hand of the king. And I'm assuming that's where we're heading pretty quickly. Also, I do really appreciate that this chapter like fully solidified that like Foley is not the bad guy.
Foley good.
Yeah, Foley good. Foley's good.
Yeah, I really liked that. I really liked that he was like, what are you eating? And he's like, I'm eating like gross vermin shit. Yeah. And then Fisher like literally like cuts himself and is like,
stop eating gross vermin shit.
Like, are you a shark? Like, are you like gonna, like, do you need to eat me? And he's like, no. And Fisher's like, exactly, you're fine.
Yeah, go get a hamburger.
Yeah, and so I really loved that.
Right. And come back to the party, come hang out. Like,
what have I learned in my year of book? I know found family is like my favorite trope, but I really appreciate that like literally every romantasy book, like these big epic ones, like really does have that found family in it. I think that's just like baked into the nature of the genre and to like fantasy in general, I guess. And I really like this one. Like I really like the wolves. I'm into them. Chapter 32.
Are you still into them?
I'm still into them. Right. I should be over all the butterflies. Chapter 32.
All the oshas. Sorry.
The thing about leaning. Saeris and Carrion follow a very naked, very smug Tal into a full-on Fae orgy where Carrion immediately tries and fails to flirt his way into the situation.
Like 20 times.
After a banter about Tal's sexual preferences, Carrion's last name, and the awkwardness of Saeris' blushing holds. Before we get into that, we need to talk about Carrion confirming all of our, this is our pansexual king.
I have the quote.
Please.
I wrote it down.
I knew you would, so I didn't write it down.
Sorry, Carrion. I don't lean in your direction. That's okay. The thing about leaning is that it's very unstable. The ground could shift, and you could find yourself leaning in a completely different direction at any moment. I myself have experienced all kinds of leanings. And I wrote, my king.
That's up there for me with David Rose in Schitt's Creek going like, I like the wine, not the label.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, I don't know, man, like queer culture's come a long way, but like, it's really helpful to have these people just freaking spell it out. Like explain how that is.
Yep. So good.
That scene and the fact that it happens in like episode 2 or something of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, it's early in season 1.
Chef's kiss just made me so happy.
It's so
Love
good.
that.
Schitt's Creek is a perfect show.
No, yeah, I love that show. The other quote that I have has to do with his name, where they're like, "Oh, should we call you Denatheus?" And I really thought this was funny because he's like, "No, it's fine. Swift's only one syllable. Denatheus is 3. It'd be a big mouthful for you guys to spit it out when you're yelling at me. I wouldn't want to inconvenience anyone." I thought that was a real fourth wall break. Like, Callie was writing to us, be like, "Don't worry, we're gonna still call him Swift."
Yeah, I liked that a lot too.
Yeah.
Is this where they talk about where his first name comes from, or is that later?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think it's later.
But I think sorry, I missed what you had said when you were reading the things. I don't know if you said this. The Stargazers are the book.
Okay, hold on. No, we're not there yet.
Okay.
All right. So I stopped reading the notes because we needed to talk about Carrion. Okay, so Carrion is talking about leanings, and Tal is basically like, "Do you think you can service all 7 of these women better than I can?" And Carrion gets intimidated and is like, "Er."
Yeah.
Anyway, so now Tal reveals critical intel. Belicon's advisor came through the Quicksilver. He found a null blade, and Saeris must attend the Even Light Ball to preside over a new Lord of Midnight selection. So Fisher killed the last Lord of Midnight. There have to be 5, so they need to pick a new one, while also secretly handling a separate, very dangerous task Tal had previously hinted at. The chapter ends with a tailor measuring Saeris for a gown and Carrion for his outfit, while Saeris's null blade hums with ominous, nauseating magic.
And the Stargazers are the book.
That's not here, though.
Yes, it is.
It's here?
Yeah, I have it in my notes. I took very good notes.
Oh, it is, and it's not in ChatGPT. That's really important. Can you talk about the Stargazers of the book?
Yeah, so in the last ones, it was really hard to not say anything to you guys because the little paper flew and cut Saeris, and you were like, "Oh yeah, it's dead, rip bird," and I was like, "Urgh." But that's what you said. That was Amanda Toomey, 2025. But she's trying to find Adina's book, and the Stargazers of the book. She opens up the book and finds that it's one of the pages of the book. I thought that was awesome because
it was so cool.
I love it. See, you love when a book is a book. I love when like a thing that's been in front of our face the entire time is revealed to be this huge thing.
You love when a bird is a book.
I love when a bird is a book.
So what happens is she's getting like attacked by the Stargazers and she's like, "Ah," and then it unfolds itself and it's a page and she's like, "That's weird. Why is this about alchemists?" And then they all magically stack on top of each other into this like beautifully bound blue book.
Yeah.
And with a butterfly on it.
Yep.
And that's the book. And then Fisher comes in. This is a lot that's just not in the notes. Fisher comes in and she has this moment. So she was told never.
This is the next chapter.
No, the next chapter is just the letter.
Yeah, it's super short, just the letter.
Okay.
Chapter 33 is literally just the letter.
Okay.
So chapter 32 ends with her like having this moment where she's like, Adina told me like not to tell him about the book, but she's like looking at him and is like, "I just can't keep this from him." And so she tells him that and she hands him the book. He opens it. He reads a little bit. He like tears up and he hands it back to her.
Yeah. Yes, that is. Yeah,
and that's
right.
chapter 30.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 33, we get to see the letter that Adina had written. And so it says, Adina's letter to Fisher explains that she foresaw Saeris reaching a crossroads and intentionally designed the book to be Saeris's, but insisted Fisher must still hold it just long enough to return to her. She tells him she has no regrets, she loves him, she's proud of him, and signs the message with a final instruction, now give her back the book. So it was a test from his mother to basically like affirm her love for him, Saeris's love for him.
Kim hated this part.
What?
Kim hated this part.
Why?
Yeah, why, Kim? Thank you.
Okay, so Rick and I did talk about this earlier this week.
Yesterday.
And so
I read this yesterday.
What are days, man? Like, let's be honest, this week has been a week. I don't think I hated it. It's not that I didn't. It just felt like an unnecessary test to me.
No, I
love when a book is a trap.
No, I liked it. I wrote like, this is such a good mom. She wanted to
I
test.
loved it.
Yeah, she wanted to test if Saeris was good enough for her boy. You know, I really liked it.
Okay, I will say though, like every time I saw the name of this chapter, No Regrets, all I could picture was that like tattoo.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets. No regrets.
And so that's unfortunately colored it for me as well.
Yeah. No, I really liked this part. I thought it was a nice way to like, I liked that this was the book and it was right in front of us all along.
Mhm.
And then I liked that like Saeris didn't have to, like, I liked that it was her quest, but also that she got to loop him in. And then it like, there's no more temptation. Like he knows he can't
Touch it.
read the book, so it remains her quest, which I really liked. I liked that, like, that's why it doesn't feel unnecessary to me. Because it's how it stays her sole quest without being like, I think it would really annoy me if it was like a miscommunication thing between the two of them, that he like felt bad that he couldn't read, you know, like, or if he like got all up in her quest. It's her quest.
He's gotten up in her quest before.
Is it the quest though?
It's his quest.
He's gotten all up in everything.
Yeah.
Chapter 34.
Pause.
Very wrong indeed. Oh,
yeah. I need you to know that the first note that I took for this chapter before anything happens is Archer going to die? That is the first, before anything happens, that was my first note.
Rude.
Okay.
But like, no, he doesn't.
Right.
My joke about conquest are not good anymore. That was going to be my joke.
Because
request versus conquest.
This is where I got real Dobby vibes from him in the beginning of this chapter. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to die.
Yeah, but he does and then he doesn't.
Right. So you can continue now.
I do feel like so much of this book feels like fan service. And so like she knows that we all grew up on Harry Potter. She knows we're all reading Dobby into Archer. And so like, I think she bait and switched us. That she was like, Dobby dies. And then she's like,
gotcha.
No, he doesn't.
Gotcha, bitch.
Chapter 34, very wrong indeed. Saeris, overwhelmed by the endless Blood Court party logistics, flees back to Kalish with Fisher and Carrion so she can finally read Adina's book. But first, she studies the Null Blade, which she can barely touch with her alchemist magic. As Carrion jokes and deflects, Archer unexpectedly reveals that the people of Evelia still pray for the lost Dianthius heir, shaking Carrion to his core. Saeris also learns more about Adina's gentle past through the sprite's memories. I think this is where we learn why Carrion's name is Carrion.
Maybe, yeah.
So, like, he didn't know his parents, obviously, and the woman who, like, retrieved him when he came through into the human land, like, Carrion was the first thing she said.
Yeah.
Hodor. But, like, Carrion is carry-on, like a carry-on bag.
He's a bag.
He's a bag.
Yeah.
He's just like a really cute purse.
He really is.
Okay.
Or Serena, right? Because she was named by the orphanage. So
yeah. It's like a little microtrope. Okay. Suddenly, a horrifying scene erupts. An infected feeder breaches Kalish's courtyard. What are you signing?
A sick feeder. I don't know. I'm trying to interpret what you're signing. This mic is in my face.
Dragging Archer toward the wall. Saeris throws the Null Blade, which the creature absorbs and uses to become even stronger, forcing Archer to sacrifice himself, letting the feeder bite him so his molten fire can burn the rot from the inside out. Archer collapses, dying, and Saeris and Carrion lift his very heavy, burning body together, refusing to abandon him in the snow.
This is the chapter where Carrion also continues to express his love of water sprites.
My man loves water sprites.
God, he's the happiest person in the world. But then I wrote, okay, it's the end of the chapter. Archer isn't dead. So he's not going to die.
I just want you to know Miami is up 1-0 at the half. And it's an own goal. That one goal was a Vancouver player who kicked it into the Miami goal.
Hate that.
People have died for that stuff before.
Really?
Oh, you don't know this?
What?
Oh, I'm for real. Famously, actually, I'm using this word correctly now. Famously, I think it was in 1994, possibly, the Colombia men's national team were like the greatest soccer team ever for the most part, and they were meant to win the World Cup. There was a lot of drugs, a lot of like cartel stuff going on during that time. And one of the soccer players kicked an own goal in the beginning of the World Cup, which caused them to get eliminated, and they killed him.
Damn.
I'm for real. Like, you can
Are
look
you
that
sure
up.
that wasn't an episode of Narcos?
Nope. It was on ESPN's 30 for 30 also.
That's a good show.
Okay, that makes sense because I felt like I knew that story and I watched all those. So, yes. I will say this chapter, though, like, totally threw me because I was like, hot fucking damn, if she actually kills off Archer, I'm about to, like, light the Archer pitchfork over here.
Me too.
And go find her.
Yeah.
I just thought I don't know. I was just like, she's going to kill Archer. I just, like, accepted it because he's Davi.
Yeah.
But then she was like, no, little millennials, it's going to be okay. So now I feel pretty confident that Archer is safe because I think we don't typically get, like, an almost death.
Yeah.
And then a death.
I agree.
So I think, at least certainly for this book, but probably forever, I think Archer is safe.
Just Archer, though.
Just Archer.
Yep.
Right. See, Rick is being shady about all this.
Somebody always dies.
Yep.
I made that comment to him the other day, too, where I was like, also said, like, I think Archer's safe. And he was like, but what about all that brimstone? And I was like, no.
She's
going to come from dragons.
She's not going to commit Fire Sprite genocide.
Maybe not Fire Sprite, but continue.
He's just talking. He wouldn't be this overt if it was real. All right. Chapter 35, Brimstone. That's the name of the book. Down in the sweltering Fire Sprite caverns, Fisher learns the horrifying truth. Archer survived because the other sprites sacrificed their own brimstone. So the sprites have the brimstone inside them, and there's a finite amount of brimstone in the world. It's irreplaceable, and every drop used to kill the rot means a sprite's death, basically. So the brimstone, Archer dying killed the rot, killed the feeder, and, like, killed the rot that was out there. And so since he lost all that brimstone, all of the other fire sprites had to give him a little teaspoon of theirs. And so, yeah, so brimstone, only a weapon we found against the rot, but you can't kill all the fire sprites. So Carrion and Saeris try to celebrate that brimstone destroys the infected, but Fisher, Lorith, and the newly ascended prioress Isabel explain the reality. They cannot use it. If Avelia relied on brimstone to fight the rot, it would require exterminating.
I know you don't like that word.
I don't like this sentence. It would require
killing
fire
all
sprite
of.
Well, okay. Later on the rooftop at dawn, Saeris and Fisher share quiet reflection. He tells her stories of his parents, of the Graven, this is a creature who wanted his father's foot. I thought that was a cute little story.
Oh, yeah, that was a great story.
And his mother's love, offering her a rare moment of stillness before the next storm. They watch the sunrise, finally breathe, and reaffirm their bond. She is a wildfire, he is shadows, and neither will carry the other's path, but they will walk it together.
Blah. I really like that brimstone is limited to the fire sprites. I really like that there's a finite amount to it. Just because I like that I don't know, that's a really cool world building thing.
Agreed, except Kim's going to say it.
Except dragons, old Shakrai
is dead.
There's more brimstone.
There's not.
No.
He's dead.
Old Shakrai was the last dragon.
Hold on. Wait a second. As I said, I'm just going to read directly from my notes. So if I'm right about this, you can't be mad at me. What if they don't kill the fire sprites, but what if the fire sprites sacrifice themselves and, like, put the, like, brimstone coated weapons? So they live on, like, god swords forever. So they're not dead, but their spirit is inside the swords and the weapons.
Okay, that's cool, and also I would hate it.
I'm just saying.
I don't want the fire sprite. I'm not interested in fire sprite mass suicide.
I want an Andarna situation where the egg has waited 10,000 years to come back and be born so that she can come and save the Fae.
Except if she does that, everyone's going to be like, okay, Callie, we got it. You read Fourth Wing. But I do
also,
think
like the last of the living dragons doesn't mean the last of the dragons, as we know from every dragon trope out there. Like,
yeah.
So,
and the dragons in this book are so different than the dragons in Fourth Wing. The dragons are the baddies, or are they?
Who knows? Except me.
Old Shakrai wasn't a baddie until he was like, "Oh, you want to make a deal with me so I can eat all these bodies? Cool."
Yeah, I just feel like there's been too much talk, like the fact that he is Kingfisher of the Aegean Gate, and that was like the fight with the dragon. The fact that the extra chapters all had to do with the dragon. The fact that Om Shakrai is only mentioned for like a split second in the first book, and then like we get the ballad. I just think that like and they breathe brimstone. Like I don't know.
And his name was in the freaking pronunciation guide.
And his name is in the freaking pronunciation guide, and he's in the book for 5 seconds.
All I'm saying is I don't think that there are dragons here.
You didn't think there were dragons as of this moment.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying I think there are dragons. I'm saying I think that something is going on with the dragons.
Yeah, they're dead.
All right. Going on? Chapter 36. Would that I could. Archer, alive, healed, and 1 inch taller. We love that for him. Bursts in to announce that Hayden is awake. Saeris is like, what the fuck? Why are you... What, like, do you need to heal? And he's like, oh no, fire sprites don't need to heal. We're either alive or we're dead. Now I'm alive.
And then he dances.
He is a video game character. Yeah. I'm obsessed with him.
He reminds me of, like, in this part where he dances, he reminds me of Pinocchio from Shrek. Just like, I don't know. Like...
okay. I love that. Yeah. I hear him, like, what are the Korok, the little Korok sprites? They're like, ha ha.
Yeah.
Like, I hear him doing that. Okay. Saeris' joy turns to dread when Saeris' joy turns to dread when Hayden reveals that Madra has used Saeris' death to manipulate the city, casting her as a loyal servant murdered by Fae rebels and weaponizing her name to control the Third. Worse, the people now despise her, and Hayden kind of low-key believes the rumors, accusing her of working with the Guardians, benefiting from stolen resources and shutting him out. She's like, what the hell? And he's like, well, we did always have more water. And she's like, are you serious right now? She snaps, unleashing years of sacrifice he never saw, and punches him in the face just as a new rune ignites on her hand, Brimstone, blazing painfully under her skin. Fleeing to Fisher's room, she finally opens Adina's book. She's had this book for a long time. She finally opens it. Honestly, relatable. And discovers it is a step-by-step guide for surviving and possibly mastering the ancient alchemist magic. Adina warns her not to read ahead, Rick, and reveals that many alchemists were consumed by their power. Hours later, Fisher returns with terrible news. Ren is missing, vanished somewhere between the Galarian Mountains and Ballard. And no one along the route. I know. And no one along the route has seen him. Something is very, very wrong. I need you guys to know that. Last night, I'm going to take us on a journey. Okay. Last night, Tristan went out drinking and he came back really late and really drunk. And so like I fell asleep reading, and then I woke up and was like, why isn't Tristan home? And so I like sat up waiting for him, and then he got home. And then so I read all these chapters like over the course of many weird sleeping hours. I must have read the part about Ren being missing 18 times, to the point where like all of my dreams were about Renfest.
That's really funny.
So I got a lot of theories about where he is, but some of them are like he's on the moon, you know? So I don't know.
I was real happy that Sarah shit on Hayden, the Barbara of our book. I don't like Hayden. I don't like Hayden.
He's an entitled little bitch.
Yeah, he really is.
Hayden fucking Fane.
He's the Dane Atos from book 1.
Yeah, Hayden fucking Barlow over here.
Yeah, seriously. The worst. So
yeah, I like that Callie didn't shy away from this.
Yeah.
Because like I think this speaks to Saeris' character rather than just being like, oh, I'm so sad my brother is unhappy with me. Instead being like, no, like I'm not going to take this shit from you because I have sacrificed my entire life and punch you in the fucking face.
Yep.
So this is kind of what I wish Feyre had done to effing Nesta, you know?
Yeah. Saeris does not suffer fools. And like when we're thinking about like Feyre and even Violet to a certain extent, and certainly Poppy, and all of this like internal turmoil about like Saeris is like, no, fuck you. Like I
love it.
Like I really appreciate that. And it's not that she's like without empathy. She certainly like she is Mercy and she is not Mercy.
I also
I
love
love.
when a book is the future. I love
What?
when a book is the future. Like she has the
Oh,
book.
her book.
Her book.
Sure.
I actually really like that like it's right there. Like the answers are literally right there for them and they can't touch it.
Yes, and I will say I like this even more in 2 chapters. I'll say more about that.
Sure.
But like I like that it's the future, and also I like that it's not everything about the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. So
I'm into it. I love when a bird is a book, and I love when a book is the future.
Yep.
And I love when we're back to the future.
Yeah.
Chapter 37 is called 3 Minutes. I didn't realize that's what the chapter was called. That's really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Fisher prepares for the even light ball while quietly grieving over the unreadable blue journal his mother wrote for Saeris and trying not to panic about Ren's disappearance. So he's having the internal turmoil. He's like respecting that he can't read the book, but also, I don't know, it sucks. His mom wrote a book, he can't read it. Saeris, sewn into a murderously tight gown, spirals about attending the ball, so Fisher takes it upon himself to relieve her stress, pinning her against the mirror and giving her an orgasm so intense it tattoos roses across her thighs.
He got into that quest,
He got into that quest. Tal bangs on the door because they're late, and Fisher orders Saeris to... this is before the orgasm. Fisher orders Saeris to surrender for 3 minutes. While he works her through it, promising trust, not obedience, and returns. That's just like the timeline is Tal bangs on the door. He says, wait 3 minutes. She says, wait 3 minutes. Then she has an orgasm so intense that it tattoos roses across her thighs.
I might have to write that down, Amanda, to me, 2025. Oh, this is before the orgasm.
I read a rom-com with no soup in it.
Oh, it's tragic.
I didn't realize it until the book was over. I was like, where the fuck was the soup?
If you want to make up for that, read Lights Out.
But it also, like, it wasn't even closed door. Like, there just wasn't soup.
Oh, they held hands like the first.
Yeah, and then they, like, flash forward to the future and, like, they're, like, getting married. And I'm like, but do they have sex?
Okay, so I found this not as bad as Enchantra when they're like literally having soup in front of their siblings. But fucking Tal is at the door for this entire soup scene. And so
but he could have left.
Look, hold on, pause. Tal knows what he likes. All right, we saw what he likes. He was fine with this. He was real into this.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where I'm like, nobody here is human.
Yeah.
So, like, human decency,
right.
Never heard of her.
Really? Nope.
Also, Saeris, I'm sorry, it was only 3 minutes.
But they didn't actually, they did not have penetrative sex.
That's true.
Right.
So, I think it's fine for it to only be 3 minutes.
Only a few orgasms.
Anyway, she recovers from her orgasm.
From the orgasm.
And she reads her next line in the journal. Whatever it contains hitting her so hard, she goes solemn and determined and then announces she's ready for the ball.
Before you start this next chapter, which is the ball, my first note for this next chapter, and I actually mean this, I hate fucking balls. I really hate fucking balls. Like, in a movie, in a book, like...
You're reading the wrong genre, friend.
Like... I hate the fucking Harry Potter ball so much. It's not even funny. The fucking winter ball.
That's an incorrect statement.
Whatever.
When Hermione comes out in the dress
with Victor, come on.
I hate that whole fucking scene.
And Ron is like so devastated.
Whatever.
It's like such a moment.
Get over it.
Okay, but this explains to me now why he doesn't like Mistborn.
Mistborn is 50% balls.
Because there's a lot of like the intrigue, there you go, and like the exposition is happening.
No, I don't.
Through them sending balls.
Actually,
so,
I didn't. You know what? Let's focus. Chapter 38. Not Mistborn.
The Even Light Ball, Scion of No One is what this is called. The Even Light Ball is a glittering, blood-soaked nightmare as Saeris presides over petitions for the new Lord of Midnight, while Fisher quietly fantasizes about killing every noble who looks at her wrong. So this chapter is from Fisher's perspective, which I think is kind of an interesting way to do this, because it is about Saeris, but he's watching her the whole time, which is kind of cool.
Tal talking to her in her mind.
Yes, because it's graphic audio. It's a movie in your mind. Tal publicly rescinds the bond, the blood, the sire's ship, and severs his maker tie to her, and she vomits blood before the entire court. But he declares her scion of no one, which is kind of cool, independent of his lineage. So before we talk about the petitions, can we talk about severing the bond? What are our thoughts on this at this point? Not the next chapter. Like at this point, what did we think?
I was worried.
Right, because we've never trusted Tal.
I've never trusted him. I went back and forth so many times. Although after the orgy, I was like, maybe. But I never trusted him. And I was like, this is it. This is where he fucking goes rogue. Like he doesn't need anything anymore. I didn't know what his plan was going to be, but I thought he's about to unleash it. Yeah.
And I thought like the fact that he didn't tell her like that she was going to vomit up the blood, that was kind of crazy to me. And then Fisher talks about how Malcolm publicly severed bonds as like a form of shaming. And so like to everyone in this court, this is reminiscent of the shaming. So even though it's not meant to be shaming, it is. And so everything Tal says on the surface is like, all hail Queen Saeris. But like the subtext is still that he's disowning her.
Yeah.
And so like it feels, I don't know, it feels not good.
Well, and I know we've felt weird about this for a while now. Yeah. But again, we've all like done the roller coaster with Tal of like good, bad, like, and he introduced this idea of, disowning her chapters and chapters ago. I like that this is from Fisher's perspective because we're hearing him being like, I know his tells. And so I know that like I could tell that he is like clearly anxious and uncomfortable, and I don't quite understand why, but this is obviously something more than what he is portraying it as.
Yep.
Because emotions are coming through.
I know I said this already, but like the more we're talking about it, the more I'm like doing this chapter from Fisher's perspective was brilliant. It's cool because you're seeing Saeris's power through his eyes, and I like that. But it's also cool because it's like the only way you can get the backstory about it being shaming, the only way you get the foreshadowing about what the fuck is going on with Tal. I think it's really well done.
Yeah. And I know I started with saying I fucking hate a ball. In my middle notes, I was like, oh, I like this ball.
Yeah, they haven't danced yet.
Right.
Like, what do you not like about balls?
I don't know,
they wear dresses
boring.
and they dance.
Well, boring. I said, I don't remember why I said this. I said, oh shit, Saeris is gonna learn Fisher's name, and she's gonna make him do something bad, like real bad.
Saeris is gonna make Fisher do something bad?
Yeah, and what I mean by bad is like I want you to think maybe like end of like ACOTAR book 2 or whatever, where it's like, we are going to die. Fisher, I know your real name. I'm commanding you to leave. Like I am sacrificing myself. You cannot stay here. You have to, like that type of bad. Like where she forces him away.
Yeah, but he doesn't know. Oh, but she could know his name because Adina could write it in the book.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Right.
I love when a book is a name.
I told you. And then the last thing I wrote was, there was a really cool quote. What I think what's her name? Saeris must have said this to Zelvana. She says, I was going to wear her fangs as earrings.
No, Fisher says that about Zelvana.
Okay.
Where he's like, I'm going to like
kill her.
Okay.
Like commit her to shadows at some point.
Yeah.
And wear her fangs as earrings.
Let's talk about the petitions, because that's where that part comes from. So as the petitions begin, Fisher recognizes the first applicant, Kevin?
Josh.
No, this one's Kevin. Josh is a million fucking scorpions. Kevin is a warrior that he trained in life. Yeah, okay. So Kevin is a warrior that he trained in life who's now turned into a hateful high blood by Malcolm, which devastates him. So this is where Fisher's like really realizing like, oh shit, like all the guys that fought for me that died by the vampires
Are here.
like how many of them are here and they hate me.
Yeah.
So that was kind of crazy. Again, not something that we would have learned had this not been a Fisher chapter. So cool. A former alchemist named Ibanwe argues for a future of torture and Fey dominance until Saeris destroys her with interrogative silence. Interrogative?
Oh yeah, no, I love that. Where she just didn't talk. Like she Sarah, I don't know her name. Sarah was just like being all evil to her, and then Saeris
Ibanwe.
Sure. And Saeris doesn't talk. Like, and then like
yeah, she's just like
stone faced, right? And then like Sarah is just like, oh, I fucked up. You know, really good. Really good.
It's so funny. I kind of read the riot act to student council earlier this week because they like weren't doing the shit they needed to do, and I was like needed to like give them some heat so that my like students, like my clerks, didn't have to do it. And so I was like, guys, I'm gonna be kind of mean for a second, and I said it like very level and even, and I was like, so today is your opportunity to do this, and if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. And a student that we all know and love, a 12th grader who is all of our collective child, came to me afterwards and he was like, you need to be scarier. And I was like, do I? And he was like, no. And that was what I thought of when I read this. I was like, that kind of like quiet, cold power is like, it's
good.
Like,
so good.
It's good. And that's my teacher. That's my teacher magic. All right. Then Zovina interrupts. Saeris pins her to the floor by the throat, like with some magic fucking metal, and rests her feet on her back for the whole rest of the court business.
Yeah. And she's like, you can't talk.
Yeah. She's like, don't talk.
Yeah.
This was crazy.
She's using her as a fucking stool. I loved it. I really loved it. It was so good.
Really like, it was not. This whole thing was not what I expected. That was not what I expected. I was like,
so this is like Saeris in the blood court is giving Court of Nightmares, right? Yeah. It's like we all have to pretend to be
someone
these
else.
Like great big monsters in order for the people to believe us as the people in power. And so like this felt like that for me, like felt like Rhys being a dick in the Court of Nightmares to like prove a point to the people.
Minus a throne scene. Although like spoilers on where I'm at in A Court of the Christmas Special, like there's already only one chair.
Yeah.
What is happening? And I don't want to, okay, I'm going to save this for when we talk about it. I like
finish the chapter.
All right. After hearing all 5 candidates, Saeris announces a 6th petitioner, stunning everyone as Foley steps forward, kneels, and declares he's come to serve his queen.
God, I love wrestling. You know, this is just like in wrestling when, like, you know, the champion is there and is like, this is all you got? Fine. I'm just going to walk away from this night forever. And then it's do, 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 do. And John Cena comes out, right? And they're like, yeah, right? So it's just what happened. Like, you had your 5, and then John Cena came out, which is Foley. So Foley's John Cena. It was good. I like
Foley is John Cena. And this, like, I think cements Foley good. Like, we said it a few chapters ago, but this is like Foley good.
Okay, he good. Foley good.
Foley good. And then the next chapter, at least the first part of the next chapter for sure. Foley good.
There is a wrestler named Mick Foley.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. And Mick, the fans used to chant Foley is God. And he changed it to Foley is good. So Foley is good.
I love that. Sorry, I thought something exciting was going to happen, but maybe.
FYI, here's a little spoiler. It's soccer. Nothing exciting ever happens.
Absolutely incorrect.
So there you go.
Okay, says the baseball fan.
Baseball is the most exciting sport of all sports.
Oh, that's just not true.
It's factually
I love
true.
baseball, but that's not true.
That's true.
Okay, next chapter.
Chapter 39, Keeper of Secrets. Saeris invokes Adina's journal and named Foley as her secret 6th petitioner. Do any of you have the quote of like what Adina wrote? It's like, trust only the wolf.
Only the wolf, basically.
The wolf with the golden teeth or something.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
So provoking the court into a riot until she declares him friend to the throne. which means they all got to back down. Algit protests, tries to force her way into Saeris' mind, and Saeris responds by mentally knifing her so hard she bleeds from the nose, establishing crystal clear dominance. But they're all like, Foley is not a member of the court. He didn't swear to Malcolm. And Foley's like, okay. So he kneels and offers formal fealty, declaring he is a wolf again and swearing to carry Saeris' banner in life and in death. And Saeris names him the new Lord of Midnight. The even light descends in a stunning celestial display, and amidst the revelry, Fisher pulls Saeris onto the dance floor where an intimate conversation reveals his dresses are invitations to rest, not constraints, deepening their bond. I loved that.
Mm-hmm.
So he keeps bringing her dresses, and she's like, I don't want your dresses. You're trying to domesticate me. And he's like, I could easier domesticate a hellcat, or maybe Ada the Hell Bitch. Yeah, he's like, you don't have to be like, I got you. And again, I really like, I feel like Callie's nailing it. Like this, like Saeris is powerful and she is hard and like she is sharp. But Fisher is inviting her to welcome softness too. And I think like for so many of us who have been hardened by the world, I think that like, this is a really beautiful display of like partnership amplifying that rather than like, or partnership like complementing that rather than fixing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Are we ready?
Ready for the Red Wedding.
The celebration turns to horror as high bloods across the hall suddenly collapse, convulsing and vomiting black blood. Tal steps forward, proclaiming this judgment, revealing he's poisoned the entire court to force them into a final choice: take a vial and be reborn into their original Fey bodies or die forever. Saeris and Fisher realize too late that Tal has already swallowed a massive dose bigger than everybody else himself. Blood pours from his eyes as he turns to them and says his last words: tell Everlane I'm sorry. Then the Keeper of Secrets falls and begins to seize.
Insane. Like actually insane. Like, did not see this coming at all. He fucking killed everybody.
No. And I like, we've been like, Tal good, Tal bad, Tal good, Tal bad. At no point was I like, Tal seeks judgment on the entire court and himself for their crimes.
Seriously, like
I still don't know Tal good, Tal bad. I don't know if this is good or bad.
I said that. I was like, I don't know what he is anymore. Like
he kind of dead.
Wild.
Yeah, so Rick and I talked briefly about this a couple days ago as I was starting into the ball on 30, and Rick had given me his take about like, I hate balls. Balls fucking suck. And then he was like, but this ball. And so I did kind of have this, like I knew something was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen with the petitions more. I didn't realize it was going to be like the end of the ball that something like totally insane happens. Absolutely 110% could not have predicted this in any way, shape, or form.
It was crazy.
Yeah, this is great.
This is why I had to break the pact and continue on to the next chapter, because likewise, I actually didn't even realize it until I was 2 pages into the next chapter that I was like, I kept going because it was fucking crazy.
As soon as we get off this call, I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
All right. What a chapter to end on, man.
It was crazy. I like snaps to me, man. I'm crushing it on figuring out when we should stop reading. I really nailed it on this book.
What are you guys' thoughts on the book so far?
You know, I am like, this book is fine. And then as we're sitting here talking about it, I'm like, damn, I'm loving this book.
Yeah.
I think I struggle with some of the action sequences because it's hard for me to keep up with like, where everybody is. Like, I think this is like an Amanda problem. It's not like a writing problem because I feel it about every single book I read. When they're fighting, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And so much of this section was like that fight. And I was like, that fight was really cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, yeah, I think like the thing with the book and the thing with the court and the thing with the petitions and the thing with like I just gushed about that chapter being from Fisher's perspective, and like the thing about Renfist. Like I feel like there's a lot going on that I'm a little worried about sticking the landing, but I also know that we're going to get another book. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be satisfied at the end of this book, but I think I'm going to think the book was good.
I think my only concern right now is just we have a lot of characters that we know who are
scored.
Important.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Cam.
Vancouver
scored.
Great.
It's 1-1 in the 59th minute. Okay. 59th minute.
Wow.
Go ahead, Kim.
Okay. But we have a lot of characters that we know are important that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Where's fucking Lorath?
Where's the Lorax?
Yeah.
Right. And we know, like, Ren is off screen somewhere. Something's happening, but we don't know. Ishbaal is still only, like, very limitedly sort of, like, developed in any kind of way.
Why did we introduce...
kind of important.
Why did we introduce a new race if we weren't going to do anything with them?
Right. And Danya is, like, out of the war camp somewhere. And so there's just, like, people are a lot of places, and we know that these characters matter, but we don't know anything about them, and now there's only 25% of the book left.
I will say, though, I think I agree. I wrote that somewhere in my next set of notes, like, where's Lorath? Where are these people? However,
she's just gonna write like 100 bonus chapters of what each of these characters are doing the whole time.
Oh my god, she will. I do think, though, that says a lot about her and how good the book in the series is because we want to know where the characters are. You know, like we genuinely care about them. So
yeah, I'm a little worried that there's too many elements, and so I'm gonna feel like she's not gonna be able to wrap them up. And I don't think
something's gonna feel too convenient.
Yeah, like she can't wrap them up in this book. Like what's going on with Everlane? Is the Quicksilver in his eye like really cured? Like that was too convenient. Like there's just like a lot.
Oh,
okay, that was a spoiler.
No, I really just like fucking with you guys.
It's so rude.
I really like fucking with you guys. All right. Oh, she's baring her teeth, everyone. What are you guys reading? Oh wait, no, pause. Before we're reading, how do you think the book's going to end?
I have no idea. Okay. I can't make any predictions at this point because I don't like what just happened was so insane that I have no idea.
Okay, so question for Rick, which is not necessarily a spoiler, but I'm curious. Is the last 25% going to feel like an SJM book?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you for that.
But the last 5% does.
Okay.
Cool.
Because when I finished Crescent City over Thanksgiving, I finished that last 20% in one sitting, and I shouldn't have because, like, it was so much that happened. I don't remember half of it because it was just like every page. It was like, whoa, like it just all over the place. And I say that with love. I got nothing else right now. Gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, my only prediction is like we're not gonna wrap all this up, and some of that is gonna be just like book 2. Like we don't wrap things up, and some of it I think is because there's too many things.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did I say that I had finished Atmosphere last time we had recorded?
I don't think. Had you finished it?
Anyways, if I had or had not, we now have all 3 read it. Destroyed me, just like it destroyed the 2 of you.
What?
I think it's my book of the year.
I was looking at my notes. Oh, you said Lesbians in Space?
Mm-hmm.
It was great, right? It was great. It was really great.
Yeah, it won for Goodreads like historical fiction of the year by like an insane number of votes.
I fucking love lesbians.
Here some quotes from this chapter. That was after the orgasm, or that was before the orgasm. I fucking love lesbians. I love when a bird is a book.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate balls.
I hate balls, guys. But I love lesbians.
I did tell Mark to read it.
The lesbians? Oh, lesbians in space. Yeah.
Lesbians in space, yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about. I was like,
he likes good literature. Yeah.
no, he would. I think he should
would
read
like
Atmosphere.
it.
Yeah.
I think he would cry because he cries at everything.
Okay, but here I've said this to you guys separately, I think. So one of our coworkers like went into labor at work this week. So mazel tov to her. It was amazing, but our principal was like sobbing in the lobby as this was happening. And I need you all to know that on the Europe trip last year, his daughter was there, and he was crying about something, and Mary was like, to his daughter was like, oh, he must have just been like crying at everything growing up, like your recitals, your graduation. And she's like, I have never seen my dad cry before today.
It's funny.
And so like, I feel like I've seen him cry 3 times this week. So
pretty much.
I don't know. All right. So you finished Atmosphere. I read and finished. Oh, I read like 3 books last weekend, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, I read 6 Scorched Roses. Did I talk about that last episode?
No.
Okay, I read 6 Scorched Roses. I really liked it. I want to read more from the Carissa Broadbent Crowns of Nyaxia universe. I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was a great portrayal of a character with some kind of social pragmatic, like spectrum-y situation without making it like fetishizing or like superpowerizing it, and also without it being like it was like part of her. So I thought that was really cool. I read.
What I also don't understand about that book is how that woman legitimately wrote a fucking full-fledged story in 150 pages.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody get an editor.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was beautiful. It was a great.
No, I loved it.
Novella. Yeah.
I read My Sister the Serial Killer. Not for me. I didn't like it. I don't know. I can't say anything about it in case anybody wants to read it. But like nothing about it is like it. Nothing about it is what you think it's going to be, and it's not in a good way, I thought. I read. I finished listening to the Matzo Ball. I liked it. But then the more I talked about it with my sister, the less I liked it, because what I liked about it was that it was a Jewish rom-com. And she's like, as soon as you read another Jewish rom-com, you're going to realize you didn't like this one that much. Rick should not read it because it's about a ball. But the Bubby is the best character, and there's no soup. None at all.
Gotcha.
Just none. I don't even know if they kiss. And then I read Love Light Farms, which I really enjoy. That was my first Christmas romance of the year. And it's friends to lovers, and I knocked off a star for them ever thinking that they were just friends, because that did not feel believable to me. 4 stars. And I need you guys to know that I have been complaining for the last 3 days that I haven't been reading. And I just recounted like 5 books that I read. Oh, and I read a graphic novel called Lilith.
And now you need to read Long Halloween.
Yes. So I'm going to read. I'm getting there. Where am I in my... Rick, tell us what you're reading, and then I'm going to give you guys an update on how many books I've read.
Talking about a book, Missing Soup, that is not Lights Out. I read Lights Out. And that book, I don't even know. I don't even understand. Like, if we rate, out of 5 cans of soup, this one was like 12. It was insane. I don't recommend it to you, Amanda. It was the craziest soup I've ever seen.
Saying that?
Dude,
you keep saying that, and I don't even know what that means.
I'm with Rick on that. I think particularly, like, it starts out with this like supposed stalker situation. And there is some like dubcon stuff, at least in the first parts of it. Like, it gets much clearer as it goes on. I didn't like the first parts of it because of that, and I think that it would probably put you off pretty quickly as well.
Got it.
Thank
you. That was better than what Rick said.
Okay, sure. I don't know how to explain it. I know what I read.
Rick said, "I'm too pure for
You're
this
too
world."
pure for this book.
I mean, she fucks a knife.
I didn't want to say it.
Oh, I knew that.
Okay. When I got to that part, I was like, what is going on?
I knew that because have you seen that reel of like people in the romance section of Barnes and Noble? And they're like, do you have the one where the woman does, and they say something like insane, and then they like hand them a book that like,
I have
it's just like out in the open 10 feet away from fucking like the children's section. And so one of the things was like, do you have the one where she fucks the knife? And then they hand them lights out.
Yeah, I like it was the scene was like, and she stabs the knife. He stabs the knife into the bed, and she's like, "Now ride it." I literally went, like, I was in shock. I like the book. It was. Come on, Kim. It was a rom-com. It was a rom-com.
Yeah, I mean, we said this. It's a rom-com, and it goes from like
it's a BDSM
pretending
rom-com.
to be dark stalker at the beginning to discovering that he is like just a straight up golden retriever to then being how to get away with murder in the second half.
I joked about it, but it is objectively a dom-com.
A dom-com.
A dom-com.
Yeah.
Yes, I will take that.
I finished One Dark Window. It was good. 4 stars. And I'm working on Two Twisted Crowns right now. So far, it's better than the first one. So,
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll finish that by tomorrow.
Giving you an update that I've read 89 books. Brimstone will be 90. A Court of the Christmas Special will be 91. Pretty likely I'll finish both of those in the next couple days. And then it's smooth sailing to the end of the year, man. It's just, I mean, Our Infinite Fates, I think, might wreck me a little bit. So I'll do that next. But, and then it's just like fucking Christmas spice and everything nice.
The Long Halloween has a Christmassy in it.
That's good. That's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm counting that as like fun to the end of the graphic novel is fun.
Yeah. No, the Long Halloween starts at Halloween and ends at the following Halloween. And they go
That's
through
a
like
long Halloween.
Yeah, and they go through like all the major holidays, Christmas being one of them. It's
Love
great.
that.
All right, we've been here for a while. So, your homework is to finish the book, right, Amanda?
Your homework is to finish the book. And then just to give you an update on what we're doing for the rest of the year, we're going to finish the book. We're going to do our ACOTAR Christmas special. And then we're going to do an IRL with Christmassy cocktails year in review. First year of the pod in review.
And capes.
And capes. We're going to wear our willow cloaks.
It's going to be great.
I'm excited. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
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 Oh, wait, I have to go out here and press the button. I'm pressing the button over here, everyone. You all are still watching me because I don't like to edit. Now we're saying bye again.